And the Medicaid needs to be reformed in New York State, and Kathy Young does sit on the healthcare committee, and it would be nice to see some sort of reform actually happen.
They did set up some caps, didn't they? Supposedly this was to help out. There were caps on increases in Medicaid at the county level.
There are some changes. There is a cap on how much we have to pay, but it goes up by $776,000 a year. And we also didn't get the FMAP money, so actually the costs of Medicaid to the county this year was around $3 million. That's
$3 million increase in our costs.
Yes.
Give or take about that.
I just want to say a few other things about comments you made earlier. I totally agree with you. Everybody in this country should have whatever the elected officials have. So if our elected officials have quality, affordable health care, then everybody should. I find it outrageous that our people who are elected get better health care coverage, more affordable coverage than the average citizen. Or than any citizen. So, and that includes your state representatives, and that includes your federal representatives. So, if they can have health care, health benefits, a health program that's good enough for them, it should be for everybody. And I think they should actually not get health insurance until everybody's covered.
Same with Social Security. They don't have to worry about that. They don't contribute.
Same thing.
They get a huge pension automatically.
They should have to do what everybody else does, and then maybe they would actually make the program work and be financially sound and viable.
The secret is, it's not a real secret, they're all multimillionaires in the Congress.
Well,
the rich and powerful have taken over our Congress. You can't even run and get a nomination unless you're a multimillionaire. Your family has millions and millions. And so basically our Congress right now is of the rich, for the rich, and by the rich. And they don't give a hoot about you and me, or the middle class, the people that are struggling out here, the working poor. They could care less. They don't have to worry about problems like food and medical and pensions. What do they? If they got $20 million, what do you care?
Well, there needs to be campaign finance reform, definitely, and it's obvious that corporations and the wealthy have control of the government.
Yeah,
and,
they do.
So, and as long as that continues, as long as you have elected officials, huge expensive elections, and they're getting their money from corporations and the wealthy, they're going to continue. Your elected officials are going to continue to vote and put policies that benefit the wealthy and corporations. I mean, here you have this the economy the way it is, and who gets the largest tax decrease and didn't get their taxes raised were the rich, and it's outrageous. I mean, the wealthy could have afforded a tax increase.
Well, some of them, Buffett, for instance, are actually saying, it's not fair that I pay 11%, and the average working stiff with his Social Security, which comes from both ends, employer pays part of it, he pays part of it, and so there's a 15%, 16% Social Security and Medicaid Medicare tax that he's paying on top of his Social Security taxes, on top of his. We got the Social Security, then on top of his federal income tax, his state income tax, all the other taxes, he ends up paying about 40% in taxes after he works. He doesn't get 60, he gets $60 back from his dollar for working. And the rich are paying not 40%, they're paying an average of 12%.
Yeah, now they'll say they don't pay federal, or they're the only ones that pay federal income tax, but people are paying their wages, for, anyways, they're 6%, they're 7%, right, on their benefits. But something else on sales tax. We get this debate in the county, sales tax, property tax, sales tax is okay, property tax isn't, or whatever. Right now, the thing is, property taxes are horrible, sales tax are okay. Well, actually, they're both not good.
And they're regressive.
They're both regressive.
That meaning that the poor pay more than the rich
They're
again.
both regressive in this county. They're both regressive. Maybe not in Westchester County, but in this county, they're both regressive, and which is why you want to have both of them be low. So, but you could have a state income tax be raised on the wealthy in New York State to keep to help pay for Medicaid, to pay for some of these mandated and public services that are needed, like education, like police protection, like clean water, and so forth and so on, so that it would keep the sales tax and the property taxes low. So, but instead, in this county, what we have, people arguing, well, sales tax versus property tax. And I go, no, they're both regressive in this county. They're both bad for the poor, for the middle class. And so what's happening at the county is we have an $18 million hole. We could, if the 2% cap goes in, taxes will only go up by 2%. That's 2% is around $2 million. So then we still have a $16 million hole. We do have some fund balances, though that's been depleted. We're still looking at a huge hole. That's a lot of jobs, you know.
It's a lot of dinero too.
A lot of jobs, you know. So, you know, we haven't seen the county executive's budget yet. I don't know. I'm not in on the. You said I'm the second most important person in the legislature. Well, you know, I don't think that's true. But
well, you're the last to hear it because they keep you in the shadows like a mushroom, you know?
Definitely, I have not been part of the conversation. We will see what he comes out with. And the Democrats, we do have ideas. We've always had ideas. And you know, we'll come forward, you know, when the time is right. We have made some headway, some suggestions. I know public facilities, and that was led by Chuck Nazaro, who's a Democrat. We have seen some cuts that come forward. I'm on public safety. We did. It's not a huge savings, but the sheriff did finally come out and is going to do the flex plan at the airport. It saves the county about $80,000, but saves the total taxpayers around $230,000 or $260,000.
We still have a shortfall, though, don't we?
Yeah, I mean, it's not closing the 18, but you know, we did get rid of the health insurance. We did reduce the size of the legislature, not as fast as I'd like. We have numerous layers of road, public, you know, different villages, towns, county roads, all being paved and taken care of and salted by all these different departments. There is an opportunity there to get a savings to make that more efficient. We have numerous police departments throughout the county. We have the state, the county sheriff. We have you know, Jamestown Police, Lakewood, Busti, Westfield, you know, so all these different police districts. You know, there could be savings there, but where's the leadership to consolidate them or make them run more efficiently?
And you're dealing with it's like herding cats. The local towns are not about to give up their boards. They won't give up their police department. They love these things, and you can't really just point a finger and have them disappear. It ain't going to happen.
Well, I think it's difficult, and I haven't been able to get everything done that I've wanted in the past 4 years, but we have made some headway.
Well, you know, you'd mentioned the fact that the possibilities to raise income taxes on the wealthy. You realize, don't you, that there are no millionaires left in New York? They don't live here.
Well, they live in Florida or wherever.
They have an address in any state in the union that doesn't have income taxes, so that they don't. They may have their townhouse in New York. Oh, we only stay there temporarily, time in and time out. They live there, but their address is somewhere like Delaware, where they don't have state income taxes, or many other states. So they don't pay income tax.
Yeah, well,
And as soon as you increase the income taxes, more millionaires move out. Got a couple of calls, Rudy. You want to take a
Sure.
call? Hey, good morning, caller. Thanks for waiting.
Good
Hello.
morning, Reed. How are you?
Well, hi. What's up?
My question is regarding the website for the legislature. I was wondering if he could explain how to get to that.
Do you have a little website?
there's the Chautauqua County website,
Google it.
Chautauqua County Legislature. You should see Fred Crosscut's picture on there, and then you can get it's yeah. Do a Google. It's not hard to find. I don't think.
Does that answer the
What
question?
information is provided on there?
I know you can read the minutes from the different meetings. They're lengthy. Some of them are, some of them aren't. And I'm pretty sure there's some budget information in there. And when the meetings are, the calendar, previous minutes, different contact people from different departments. So yeah, it's on there. I looked at it maybe a week or two ago, and
Okay, it's there.
All right. Thank you very
Well,
much.
thank you, madam. Send me a stamped envelope. I'll give you $5 off over at the Lakeview. Nice little restaurant for the hill.
All right. Thank
Yeah.
you very much.
2 restaurants now. And, they have
Good.
a fish restaurant and they have a steak joint. And I'll tell you something, they have a salad bar that kills. I'm a salad bar freak.
good.
And I used to go to the Roy Rogers just because they had a great salad bar, but no more. They had a fabulous salad bar in both restaurants, Lakeview and the Docks. Okay, Rudy Mueller, he is the second most unimportant
No.
man in the county legislature. He's a minority leader, and as he points out, they keep him like a mushroom. You know, they keep him in a dark cave, and they feed him BS. But you are kind of you're kind of in touch there. I hear that they're going to take the senior, the cuts are going to affect the seniors, especially in the possibly agency for the Veterans Administration, which Troy Smith
Well,
operates, and also possibly Mary Ann's crowd, you know,
Well,
Mary Ann Spanos, who's the office of the agent.
Well, we have mandated services and non-mandated
Right,
services.
and these are non-mandated.
They're non-mandated, so non-mandated services, you know, I mean, it's not like it's easy to cut, but that's like the first place to go. I mean, if something's mandated versus non-mandated, and so the Democrats put forward, and it was passed, to at least try to prioritize what services are more important versus which ones are less important, and at least give some ranking, some averaging, so that if cuts did happen, you know, which programs are more important and less important, and look at the non-mandated services. Unfortunately, for the veteran services, the VA, that's non-mandated. So, you know, it's there. It's not to say that mandated services, just because something's mandated, there couldn't be a savings there. For instance, on the airport, just with doing this flex plan, that having police protection at the airport is mandated, but it turns out that if the sheriff is able to work out a flex plan with a TSA
What
that
do
gets
you mean
approved.
by flex plan, Rudy? A lot of people aren't aware of the problem with the Chautauqua County Airport down in Jamestown.
Well, so that's a mandated thing, but it looks like we may be able to eliminate that whole cost, but we still be able to make it work. So here, I mean, so when you have a commercial airline that's coming in a commercial airport, you have to have security for it. Besides TSA, you have to have law enforcement. So they have to be there within 15 minutes. Well, for the past many years, we've had a police officer up there full time. Two positions, and so it looks like we're going to be able to work something out where the sheriff guarantees that he could be there within 15 minutes.
So Geraci's kind of stepping up the bat here, and that
Yeah,
would
well, I
save
mean,
us, save us
you
a
know,
bundle, huh?
I mean, you have to prioritize what's more important. Is road patrol having somebody out on the road or somebody at the airport? I mean,
Which
we
has
have-
no business to speak of anyway.
It's, well, it's-
24/7, and what do you get, one plane in?
well, it's not, we get about 5,000 people fly